let me I like other things lying around, so let me just this is done. mm, uh, mm, mm, mm. Okay, so we will talk about something absolutely different, but that is actually kind of like similar. I don't know. mm, so yeah, let's check out the irreplicable beauty of vintage anime. So I am a big fan of I will save that actually, because it's actually the same vibe. Internet picks up quite a fucking like good find. Chipmunko channel like so 90s anime, let's say like Ghost in the Shell, is actually quite a fucking beautiful thing. In the Shell, so yeah, there is like a certain like beauty to it. Let me just like like there's like a certain, maybe it's a palette of colors. So but like there was like this, there was like Ghost in the Shell, there was like Showbits. No, it's not Showbits, it's like Slayer anime. Showbits is also like, no, Slayers. Slayers Revolution. So yeah, you can clearly like, maybe not on this one, but on this one, see it, as well as um uh Love Hina, maybe. Nah, Love Hina was already like, watch me being a simp. Like, will fuck didn't watch this though. Probably a lot of people. Let me maybe let me think about it. Well, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Z, fucking Dragon Ball Z, right? 90s. Like it had like a certain color to it, right? Like and actually one that actually kept it, One Piece. One Piece actually like have has this fucking like same aesthetic, right? So you can maybe see it. I'll try to fucking like find. So there was like Ghost in the Shell. There was like maybe Bleach. Bleach was already like ahead of its time when it comes to like anime, like just like character design and stuff. But like I'll just search. I'll just find the name better. Mm. Hunter x Hunter, right? Hunter x Hunter. Like, I just want to find like something that is not as cartoonish, just so you get the vibe. Oh yeah, actually, Cowboy Bebop. Right. So yeah, actually, the fucking like the poster child of like in the example used, so it adds like a fucking like something to it, you know. That changed now. It's like Demon Slayer, let's say. It's not like a criticism technically. Like it changed for the better, for the worse. Like it doesn't matter really. Or what was popular? Jujutsu Kaisen. right? So you can see the difference, right? So maybe not here as much, but like, or how is it called? Um, like it became different overall. Chainsaw Man, yeah, Chainsaw Man. Basically, the new big three, right? So yeah, something changed. It is like a new type of like storytelling or free run, right? That is like, and you can see the difference like here, like between free run uh, and Cowboy Bebop. Like you can see clearly like the change in the choice of colors, for example, that is like really more light. Well, here's like more like claustrophobic, I'd say, you know, like Ghost in the Shell is like is also like another one that like you don't see it but like you can feel it. Like for me it was like always Ghost in the Shell that was like quite the fucking like but yeah, so let's watch it. The irrepu- irreplicable beauty of vintage anime from Chipmunku-chan. Let's check this out.
Wonder to believe that, it's nothing short of a beautiful wonder to believe that these few frames would give birth to all of this.
Okay, so I will just say this. Anime, like manga, actually is 200 years old. It started during the, I don't know when the fuck is the Edo era. Let me just check this out real quick. Yeah, so it was during the Edo period. Can you believe that? So 200 years ago, anime was developed. So let's rewatch it. That's why, like he says it, because it's well, it started from fucking like nothing 200 years ago, and now you get to fucking like be a simp or like about your fucking best favorite best girl or whatever the fuck. So yeah.
It's nothing short of a beautiful wonder to believe that these few frames would give birth to all of this. Dude, what is it about older anime that looks so nice? I think to me it's the soft, fuzzy lines, the monochromatic color schemes, and the beautiful
Yeah, exactly. Like and basically, yeah.
watercolor backgrounds. Tell me you don't want to live there. You're lying. You're lying. The thing that makes my brain explode with serotonin is easily the bloom. Oh my god, that grainy, blown out haze. It's easily the warm
Exactly. This was
bloom. Oh my god, that grainy, blown out haze.
Yes, you get to see here, like this is Ghost in the Shell that I was talking about. So
And
yeah.
is easily the bloom. Oh my god, that grainy
Check this out. This is also like Ghost in the Shell. Like
blown out haze. It's easily the warmest and most aesthetic part of VHS anime. There's something completely irreplaceable about the eons of blood, sweat, and tears of traditional style animation. I mean, I'm really trying to stay objective when I define my thesis here, but god damn, I mean, look at that. To me, this is the zenith of visual media. There's just something about it that makes me stare slack-jawed at my screen in complete awe. Hi, I'm Chipmunku-chan, and I haven't watched an anime since Obama's second term. So what exactly makes an anime vintage? Well, my loose definition is that any anime that wasn't...
I'd say it's actually like the so character design, so the way the eyes and like just like it's drawn, but also like the color the choice, so the style of color used. Vintage anime used colors that were like way more, let's say, mm, powerful, right? Compared to just like what I was talking about. So like bright, not bright, but like just like it was darker, but also it was like more vi- visible. How can I fucking say it? Anyway, like it was just like more powerful colors.
made completely digitally would be considered vintage. Look. Let me just show you an example. Yeah. Look, if it starts with this logo, you know you're about to watch a certified hood.
And Trigun, yeah, Trigun is also like a good example of like a vintage anime that like has this like fucking like style to it.
Easily my favorite era that anime ever went through would probably be the tradigital era. This term was coined by Judith Moncrief and later popularized by Jeffrey Katzenberg. He was the CEO of some company, I don't remember. The methodology applied in tradigital animation is that cells are individually inked, painted, and photographed atop a background, and its result is something almost magical. A lot of people bring up Akira in this
obviously.
regard, as the film's process is entirely watchable as a documentary. But an example I'd rather use is one of Lupin the Third. I love Lupin! All of me and my homies fucking love Lupin! The movie that does best what I'm talking about is 1987's The Fuma Conspiracy. There's so many shots that I can name that I think are gorgeous, and they make my limbic system light up like a Christmas tree. The movie has the widest color palette, like, ever. Outdoor scenes are airy and warm.
Yeah, so this was what I was talking about, like basically like the color palette. That's what the term that I was searching. It's a color palette that they were using. Also like the rhythm, I think that like now is you can allow yourself more like creative like liberty, but yeah.
Warm and tense indoor shots have the most bleak and oppressive color harmonies known to man. And funnily enough, I actually really enjoy the glow that a tape's natural aging gives to animation. I find that these flaws give a lot of character to a film or a
I think that like there is like something maybe I'll try this out once I get like like some money laying around to just like buy a fucking like VHS TV and just like watch the fucking old anime on the fucking VHS itself. Maybe not. Oh.
show, specifically in the line quality and colors. And chromatic aberration may be an aesthetic choice now, but back then it was just a limitation of the medium. And I'm biting my fucking knuckle trying to stop talking about the color bleed and how good it looks under direct light. God! That being said, there are a lot of passion projects out there right now, specifically restoring older media with 4K scans of its 35mm film. What immediately comes to mind for me is Patilro's Stardust Project and Kaneko Video's achievement at preserving the film. They've done a fantastic job of not only scanning it at such a lossless quality, but even revising the English sub, making this.
And technically, like, so you talked about like the English sub. Like the problem was actually accessibility because like people, the voice actors were not like bad, but like they were not understanding like kind of like what the fuck anime was about. So because of that, the fucking voice acting, it was you just watch the sub or no, yeah, subtitle or nothing because they were not understanding kind of the vibe, the mood, the wave of anime. Now they do, so now you can actually watch like let's say Free Ren, Shadow, like Jujutsu Kaisen, or like all of these animes in dubbed, so with like English voice acting, and I actually prefer this. I will actually say it like dubbed anime. So it's been like it's been a while. It's been a while. It's been a while. Dubbed anime. You're kind of out. You're kind of out. Dubbed anime. Subbed anime. Dubbed anime, you're kind of in. Like I gotta admit, like I've been watching like Free Ren in dubbed, and it's actually better. I cannot stand anymore. I cannot stand anymore fucking hearing Japanese people talking over, well, technically like non-Japanese characters. So my some of my favorite animes, let's say like Ghost in the Shell, are in uh, or how is it called? Demon Slayer takes place in Japan, right? So I will keep watching the sub, as I would, or Bleach, right? But I cannot fucking stand to like once you do the fucking like once you actually like fucking do the transition to actually to watching dubs, uh well, basically you get to fucking understand what the fuck it's all about. Firstly, you don't have to fucking read all the time. Now, like the voice actors actually understand what vibe anime is all about. So it's actually like fucking like go as hard as the fucking Japanese voice actors, right? And basically like you don't have to fucking like read. And I actually felt a disconnect where like I was trying to fucking watch Vyrah, and I tried twice, and it's actually quite a beautiful anime, and I wasn't able to fucking follow. And then I was like, why not watch in dub, because I'm tired of like reading, I'm tired of like hearing. And I was like, bam, like something actually happened to my fucking mind where I was like, she's an elf, she doesn't fucking talk Japanese, most likely she talks in English, so let's fucking like, it actually makes sense, and it actually fucking like makes all of it just like it just connects. And like now the voice actors are like way better than they were like before, because like they didn't understood the vibe of anime. They didn't understand what the fuck it was, because it's anime is a form of like storytelling, like any right? So yeah. So is Free Ren best girl? Yes, she is. But is Free Ren best girls or best girls? I have to fucking watch the seasonal fucking releases, but most likely. But in any case, subs against dubs. If it doesn't fucking takes place in Japan, dub all the way. Dub all the way, dub all the way. Fuck you if you fucking think that like subs prevail, subs are better. Like I think that like dubbed anime is where it's at these days. So I don't know, because like there's like a vibe to it. There is like something to it that like subbed anime cannot fucking do anymore. And it's also like being able to connect, because like the characters actually are not like most of the times fucking Japanese, and the actors go hard. The actors fucking go hard. So try out dubbed anime, like, and fucking like give it a try, because like if it's not taking place in Japan, I do not fucking like submit to subtitles anymore. So dub over sub, if not in Japan though, but dub over sub. Maybe this will change as well, I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, so yeah, anyway, let me just get back to whatever the fuck I was doing. So yeah, we were actually reacting.
An extremely easy watch, which it can't be said for every anime at this age. I think it'd be a crime not to speak in brief about the vaporwave movement and its children, like VHS pop and city pop. The medium saturated with graphics of girls and 80s anime. Like Sailor Moon and city pop are just inseparable.
Sailor Moon is actually another example.
I must admit, I'm a victim to the craze. I've got extremely fond memories of watching old side videos that would play clips of Cowboy Bebop. And now to me, the two are kind of married. It fits perfectly with the aesthetic, and it's hard to articulate, but it's kind of got Toonami vibes. I'm sure you get what I mean. Bang. Saib? Shit. And I really do owe it to those who made these music videos with
actually sub, yeah. You're doing
like anime, the
fucking-
marriage of audio and visual is really elemental, and it's one of the best synergies I've ever seen. It's actually watching these videos again that spurred on this video idea. I wouldn't have fallen in love the way I
So this is also like something that is really important. The fact that like it's a matter of rhythm. Like vintage anime just has this fucking like rhythm to it that like basically is like uncompared. Like just it's his own fucking thing. It's his own vibe. It's his own.
had it not been for them. So if you're out there, guys, thank you. So, do I believe that this era of anime is the superior art form? Something indomitable and we've peaked as artists? No, not necessarily. But anime created from the 1950s all the way up to the 1990s demands we take a look back at it, as we're probably never going to see something like that again. And I have a confession to make. I don't think we should ever go back to tradigital animation, even after I've spent
I think that's wrong because like now it's a style of like that can be replicated, reproduced. So vintage anime will be back if someone actually like finds like some reason to actually do it. But yeah,
been so long praising it, I've got to dash all my hopes of it ever returning for one simple statement. Animating is hard. And I mean, really hard. The reason the industry was able to make the jump was due to the improvement of technology. As computers got faster, they also got cheaper. But the labor never
Naruto
got
still
any less
look like
intensive.
so
And the workload
fucking
wasn't the only thing to
bad.
stay the same either. Animators overseas can expect about $2 per frame of animation. That's huge earnings if you were a computer, but as someone who's slaving away at 100 frames a day, it's not adding up to much. At least, not proportional to the work you're doing. I found a video a while ago that was tagged as
yeah, like arts, like the people fucking like doing the animation are so underpaid in Japan. But like this will change. How? Let's hope this will change.
intentional ASMR. It's a mini doc about Studio Trigger's development on Little Witch Academia. And for the first few minutes, I completely understand what the poster meant. This is an incredibly quiet, studious, and cozy environment. And it feels good.
Yeah, so and the environment is good until you fucking like discover what the fuck the rhythm is. So basically these people who work like 15 hours a day, something like that for some, like the fucking dude that does One Piece and Bleach, they were like doing like some of the anime part for the anime. Like I mean, like this is crazy, like Japan level of like hard work.
But if you listen to what the people behind the desks are saying, your heart would immediately sink.
全然ダメだ僕ってなりますね。こうずっと長く考えて書いたやつとかを、吉成さんが修正する時とかは
他の作品とかだとやっぱ時間がなくて
トータル
So because like there is also like this fucking like thing about anime where it's like they need to like no, now it's not the case anymore as much, but like back in the day the anime, so the manga get released, it becomes like a fucking like it becomes like popular, right? It trends. Well, you got to fucking like make the fucking the manga becomes popular, it trends. You need to fucking make the anime, and you need to make the anime fast for the new release, so seasonal release, ASAP, or else it fucking dies. And even like people such as the mangaka of like One Piece, Naruto, like fucking Bleach, right? They were like struggling because of these deadlines.
1週間とかかかって何秒のカットでしたっけ4秒12ですね
Like even after being successful. So this is kind of like also important.
バーンってバーンってそう報われてほしいですね
It's just not fair. These guys are making some of the best in the field, and they're treated like dirt. And if this is happening with Studio Trigger, what's happening to the little guys?
So this actually changes because free ran best girl, because free ran best girl indeed, because Makima best girl, because best girl all the way, and because basically like actually Demon Slayer and all the stuff actually becomes like big, and now it changes with what's going on. But back in the day, like there was no hope. It took like fucking 15 years, 20 years, 40 years, but now we are getting somewhere. It's an industry that like didn't existed before. Like think about it, like there is like 3D animation, right? Like Toy Story, like what was it called? Another like fucking like three Wally, or like fucking Disney, right? Like like Disney, like let's say like fucking Frozen, right? But like before there was no fucking like industry behind it. Now there is an industry, so now it's paid off, but it took some time, and it took a lot of fucking fans.
I don't know. It's food for thought. The documentary closes out with director Yo Yoshinari being asked of what he thinks of the new animators, the people he's been working with for such a long time now. Does he like them?
そうですね。
They were like so much working that like does he like them, bro? Like my friend, it's more does he knows them, because the dude basically doesn't sleep. They do not sleep as well, and no one knows what the fuck life is about if not like drawing. So
もうちょっと付き合い長くなんないと
uh,
あれかな。
I'd have to spend a little more time with them to know exactly, bro. Friend, exactly what the fuck I was saying. Exactly what the fuck I was
まだ
saying.
ちょっと若干交流不足というか、絵で
Come to think of it, we mainly communicating through drawings. They send like fucking like echoes,
コミ
like
ュニケーション取ってないみたいな。
small messages.
I think that clip speaks entirely for itself. I'm sure by now it's obvious that I detest the work culture of modern anime, solely for the stress upon the working class to create it. I think modern anime has a bright future in front of it, and I certainly don't think it's going anywhere. But I'm hoping that the work ethic, along with traditional anime, can live as a relic of the past. And one of these we can look upon more fondly than the other. So, to all the countless years of work and those timeless classics.
Was it worth it? It was worth it. Was it worth it for the fun? It was mega worth it. Mega worth it. Mega worth it.
I love you. You're gorgeous. And I can think of no more a poetic and beautiful end for you. Thank you.
Damn. This was actually like quite fucking legit. This was fucking legit. Thank you so much, Shipmonko-chan. Like the irreplicable beauty of vintage anime. So yeah, we got to fucking like talk about like a couple things, and yeah, like subscribe to the channel if you didn't, and if you do, leave some love, leave some leave the like, leave whatever, just like good stuff. Anyway, so yeah, good stuff. Let me just, all right.